So the Sparrow-B-Gone product, like I said, has this heavy duty filament with a nice steel ball with a hole in the middle of it, a little washer, and a little stop on the bottom of it. So you can tell it's there's some thought that went into making this product. House sparrows, again, like I said, they're nuisance birds, and they're very aggressive, and they will run off the other birds that you have at your feeders. So, and it's just, if you don't have them now, you might have them at some point in time. So the owner did send me this unit to test out, and like I said, while I don't have house sparrows at this point in time, I wanted to see how the other birds reacted to it. Now, some of the other birds have actually landed on it to get to this feeder here, and they have all different sizes of the unit. Let me go ahead and take this down to refill it. And let me take this Sparrow-B-Gone unit down and give you an idea of what it's all about. You can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of star-shaped, and these are adjustable. They got screws here that you can adjust these to fit to where you can get it the right distance from your feeder, which I think is really important. And they've got, like I said, this filament, this heavy duty filament, fishing line type filament, that's got a steel ball on it with a little washer and a stop at the bottom of it. So, and you can actually buy these extra filaments here separately if you're trying to make your own halo. But this is the product here. It is digitally printed there, so but it seems to be pretty rigid and sturdy. And the important point is that it's got this metal little screw that goes through with a hook on the bottom of it that is holding all the weight. So really, this part doesn't need to, it can hold, birds can land on it, but it does not need to be steel or anything like that. So I think it's, it's lightweight, and that it just adds a little less weight to your feeder stand, whatever you're hanging your feeders from, and your feeder pole. But you just put this on a hook and then hook your feeder to this. And the birds, you can go to Sparrow-B-Gone.com. Now, it's Sparrow-B-Gone.com to find out more about it. But they have it to where it is very flexible in the sizing. So, but they are concerned about you getting the right size, because returns and that are not something companies really like to do. But it's called Sparrow-B-Gone, and you can see that right there with the -B-Gone, and we'll just hang it right back up here where I had it. It's very, like I said, lightweight. Now my feeder is a heavyweight. This extra large feeder will hold just a lot of pounds of food. So I want to make sure that I was kind of scared that if it came with a plastic hook, that wouldn't really do the thing. That might break, and that you can destroy your feeder, and that's just, that is a lot of money lost there. Especially when you're talking about the Wild Birds Unlimited XL feeder. But this is a huge feeder, you can see, and when you fill it up, it has got a lot of food. Let me put that down and fill the feeder here. I use these 3-in-1 super totes. Things are pretty good. I've had this one for a long time, and I label what's in it. Of course, you can kind of see through them since they're transparent, but you can open it up and put the seed in. You can either, a huge tray, you could just pull that top off and tilt it, or you can do it out of the spout. But let's use a spout this time since we're working with a tube feeder. And we just pour that in there. Just like that. All right. Then I'm gonna hang it up on that hook part of the Sparrow-B-Gone feeder. And I want to tap this because this is gravity fed. Want to make sure all ports are distributing seed. No dead ports. So these just hang down, and I'm gonna actually have to probably move this flower back. It's kind of grown and come out into close to the feeder here. There's an impatience, and you know, I love having the flowers close by here, and I don't have a green thumb, so I'm trying my best to keep these two hanging flower baskets alive. But anyway, just wanted to introduce you to the Sparrow-B-Gone. Appears to be a great product. If I had House Sparrows, we would have a better test for you, but we don't have those yet. But you can see how it's sitting, and I've got it around. I've got this huge dome, rain dome over it, and it's just draped over. Now I've got it pulled out as big as I can, and I think this is the large one. I told them what feeder I had, so they sent me the right size one. So anyway, this is Sparrow-B-Gone, and if you got a house sparrow problem, you might look into this, because you know it might seem like it's a expensive product, but what you got to think about is how much. Because when you get house sparrows, you don't get one, you get a number of them. How much food they're eating and consuming, how they're scaring off the birds that you desire to see, how they might be killing bluebirds in your area or scaring them off to where they don't appear at all. So, you know, what is that worth to you? This is at about the price of a feeder, but if you think about it, with other birds, like when I have grackles here, I have to buy a whole new feeder itself to prevent, like the common grackles. I have to put caged feeders out, and caged feeders are not cheap either. So this is, you know, a product that advertises to kind of reduce the hassle, and you're spending money on seed and not getting as much bird action because you've got these aggressive house sparrows there. So check that out if you would. Like I said, I told them I put it out here. I don't have house sparrows. I just wanted to see how the other birds reacted, but the other birds do not seem really bothered by this. They kind of got used to it, just kind of fit right into the scenery. And in fact, some of them have lit on this before they go to the feeder there. So anyway, this is on YouTube, the stream, as you know, that under Ken Little. Just look up Ken Little Bird Cam on YouTube, and you can find it there. And you guys have a great day, and God bless you.